Hello guys, Kim Jong Lee here, back with another online commentary battle for Rome Total War. This is another subscriber sent replay. Thanks to Esrax for this lovely replay. And it's a 2 versus 2 31k rules battle. So on the left side we have Esrax and Amarunta or PeeorFlee from the IoW clan, and on the other side we have Rouge Bob or Rouge Bob. Yeah, him. And Nidintu in the Harvesters of Sorrow clan, I believe. In the SPQR Romans. So get the battle started. Looks like Esrax has just gone for the old 14-6, as has Amarunta, Bob. So everyone's just gone for the 14-6 build. Should be fairly even here. It'll be interesting how this turns out. Nothing much happening so far. This is really going to be decided probably by the cav charges, unless it becomes very close. But yeah, the cav charges make a big difference in 31k still. So we'll see what happens. Positioning is also really important, so it's good that Esrax and Amarunta seem to have pretty decent idea of what they want to do. Looks like Amarunta is going to try and flank Bob here with a couple of units. Esrax just going to face Nidintu. No, nothing's really started on this side, but looks like Amarunta's trying to make a move on that left side there. Looks like this is going to move up a shade more. Nothing much happening. Bob looks like he's seen this. He's just going to move a small force here to try and contest. If I was him, I'd probably be looking to move more guys here, because you really do want to be blocking them off and not just letting them have the flank. It's definitely not as good to fold in. Looks like Esrax is going to push up here, start the Peeler war with Nidintu. Nidintu's going to get the first volley off though, but Esrax, since his guys are in loose, he's not going to take too much damage on this front urban. Peeler duel over here. It's going alright, nothing really spectacular. I reckon Bob should move maybe these 2 units over here, because if you look at it, he's only got 3 units on this flank, while Amarunta's got 6, so if he wants to hold this flank, he should send a couple more. It looks like he's going to do just that. Nidintu's taken up the fight with Esrax, going pretty standard at the moment. Looks like one of the peeler screens routed. Bob really should put these guys into tight and just attack. Looks like Bob's going to go for a charge on some of these front units here, but he's going to pull out since he sees Amarunta's cav ready to counter. Still nothing really decisive. This unit has taken quite a bit of peeler though, so he's got to be careful. Actually, no, it hasn't. It just looks small because it's stretched out. Never mind. He's going to move it up and start throwing peeler now. Still fairly close. Bob getting a rout on some of the units there. Over on this side, still peeler war, lots of loose formation units just chucking peeler at each other. One of Nidintu's units routing there under a bit of pressure, but nothing really major. I think Nidintu's just going for as much peeler as he can. On this side, looks like Bob's going to keep moving dudes to support this flank. He does still have enough guys here. It's just that a lot of them are in loose formation, so it doesn't look like he has as many, but he does. These guys are going to get some decent peeler in on these guys if he can help it. But PeeorFlee's brought this one unit around. He really should be, Bob really should be blocking with this. Looks like he's going to be able to get them engaged on the back of these guys anyway, but he really should have moved it out a little bit and just stopped it from getting around. Looks like Bob's going to go in for a sneaky charge here, but it's PeeorFlee's going to see him coming, and it looks like it's going to be an engagement with the Cav. Looks like they both had the same idea as well, going for the infantry simultaneously. It's going to be pretty close, but it looks like Amarunta got the better end of it there with the counter charge. If you guys saw that, PeeorFlee's charge came in a shade later, and that made the difference because Bob's Cav was already engaged, and even though he did get a bit of the charge bonus, his guys just kind of mass rounded there, so it was a bit unfortunate, a bit unlucky for Bob, but that might be enough to secure the win because it's fairly even on this side. So Nidintu's kind of forced to move guys over there, and when he does, it gives Esrax the opportunity to kind of go for this infantry here and sweep this up. But anyway, Nidintu's going to come into support here. Amarunta's going to engage him as well. Looks like he's still got some spare cav here, some cav from Esrax. He's done something pretty good. He split off 3 cav to go here and support PeeorFlee, and while still using 3 cav here to try and rout Nidintu's infantry, which is definitely a big improvement from what he used to do, which is just have his cav in one big blob. But this is should be pretty effective. But Nidintu seems to have gotten the better of the engagement here, and it looks like this bunch of infantry from Nidintu, this bunch of cavalry from Nidintu, combined with some infantry and maybe cav from Bob as well, is going to be able to sweep up some of this flank. But in the meantime, Esrax should be doing some work here. He should hurry up a little bit probably, but he's still got a bit of time, and this is an ample amount of cav. If I was him, I'd probably put them in tight formation and just run them around the back and smash like these dudes in the back, because it's much quicker than just doing like one slice charge on one little blob. But in the meantime, Bob and Nidintu have done very well to stabilize on this flank, and now they can start wrapping around, getting rid of these urbans here on this side. But Esrax has done a great job. Meanwhile, on this side, he's managed to rout all of Nidintu's infantry. Some of them have come back, but it's not much. And it's going to be pretty close because Nidintu and Bob have a lot of guys over here, and they have routed this kind of big-ish pocket of infantry that Amarunta was fielding. So what Esrax has got to do now is kind of regroup, recharge his guys. Looks like Nidintu's going in with a strange counter charge here. Don't know if that's going to work out. It looks like Nidintu's cav is coming in here. Could get the route, actually. He does. He manages to save some of the units there, which is nice. Esrax, his remaining guys, coming over from this right flank. Surprisingly, they still have not routed this general unit of PeeorFlee, and PeeorFlee is still throwing random guys in. So it'll be interesting to see how long he can hold out, but Esrax needs to get over here and support his teammate if he wants to save these units, or he can just regroup here and kind of just leave PeeorFlee hanging and just let Bob and Nidintu get stuck on these guys, exhaust them a little bit maybe. But there's a bit of a breakthrough here. Esrax managing to destroy Nidintu's general and the bunch of units around there. Bob's going in with an engagement here, but Esrax seems to have better positioning, and this blob is going to get surrounded. So Bob really has to be careful of that. Cav is coming in as well, so the morale penalty is coming in here, and also this charge might just be enough. Looks like it will be enough, and the general is going to go down there for Bob, unfortunately. Infantry here from Esrax pouring in to support his teammate. Surprisingly, as you can see, PeeorFlee's general has 4 people in it, so I'm surprised that didn't rout somehow. Maybe he has chevrons on them, I'm not sure. But a good slice charge here, gonna come in from Esrax, possibly ending the game. gets one route, and there it goes. That's route. Nidintu goes in with a counter here, but his infantry is already dead, so there's not much to go on there, really. Oh, over here as well. That was a nice charge, but it just... if it came in while the infantry was engaged, it would have been a lot better. But it was a nice charge from Nidintu there. So I'll just triple speed it, since there's not much else to see. So very well played there to both teams. That is definitely a win I would be proud of if I was on this team. But yeah, well played to Nidintu and Bob as well. They definitely showed that they're not just average players. They're pretty decent. Yeah, some nice kills here. Urban cohorts. I reckon this was Esrax's army because there are a ton of Praetorian cav kills here. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Keep sending me replays. I'm happy to put them up, and I will see you guys next time.